Happy Wednesday! This is my favorite day of the week, and I am so excited to bring Backstage Live with Cindy Rowe and my special guest, Jenny Ralston from Bath and Body Fusion right here in Rockford. Hello, Jenny.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know you're on a little break from business, enjoying a vacation, much needed, I'm sure. So I appreciate your time that you're taking away from your vacation to chat with me today.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me, Cindy. And I am up in Hayward, Wisconsin, and it sounds like it's ready to storm. So if you hear a little bit of lightning in the background, we've had beautiful weather, but I'm hearing some thunder right now.
Yeah, and they're coming our way as well. So
Yes, awesome. We need it.
Well, tell us and the viewers a little bit about your business and where they can find you.
Yeah, so I started Bath and Body Fusion 11 years ago in my grandma's kitchen. I now have a storefront in downtown Rockford on the 300 block, right in downtown Rockford. And they can also find us online at bathandbodyfusion.com.
Great. So how long have you had the storefront?
So storefront, I am going on almost 10 years now. Actually, we celebrated 10 years this year. I started it a year prior in my grandma's kitchen. So it is 10-year anniversary this year.
That's awesome. So incredible. And how did you know it was time to go from grandma's kitchen to a storefront? And have you always been downtown Rockford where you're at now?
Yeah, so I started in Stewart Square, which is right north of the Metro Center in downtown Rockford, or BMO Harris Bank Center. And I was in the corporate world, so working corporate America prior to that, and initially started as hobby in grandma's kitchen. And I started making it for a lot of my friends, and my friends are like, you should really start selling this. So where I first really got my start is at Rockford City Market in Rockford.
I think that's maybe where I first saw you. I know we just met recently in the past few years, but that's where my mind, I was trying to think back, like when was the last time, or when was the very first time that I actually heard of your business? So, what is the type of products that people can find in your store?
So we make facial products, we do bath bombs, we do shower steamers. One of the coolest things we do is custom blended perfumes and colognes. So you can come in and create a custom blend of perfumes or colognes for yourself. And let's see what else. Body scrub, shower gels. And the one thing that makes us unique is that you get to custom scent your products. So you get to choose. We have over 200 fragrance and essential oils in stock, and you get to choose to add it to a lot of your products.
That's awesome. So doing this in grandma's kitchen, like how did that come about? Did you have an allergy or something that you wanted to figure out a special potion just for you, or is it just been always a passion to create things in the kitchen?
Yeah, I don't share this very often anymore, Cindy, and I know you know my real story, but I was at a very dark place in my life. I had been through a ton of tragedies and deaths and some horrific accidents with my siblings which left me very depressed. And I was in a very sad point in my life where I had actually contemplated suicide. And I talk about this very rarely now because I wanted to move past that, but I also do it to give others inspiration that when life can knock you down, you can get to very dark places. It initially all started as a hobby, and it basically saved my life at the time. So that's how the business started.
So, thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that part of it. And I feel like, when we're almost at rock bottom, or when we're down, in our life, and we find something that brings us hope and joy. And I mean, look at where it's gone from your grandmother's kitchen all the way to, your storefront, selling online. I know that I, I believe you can get it at other retailers as well. Am I right on that?
Yeah, we do have some wholesale accounts. We've started that slower. I'm actually back in skincare school out of the UK right now, so I am waiting until I create some new formulas to take that even further. So
Oh,
that's one thing that we're working on right now.
that's awesome. We have a comment, and I think this might be somebody you know. She says she's so very proud of you. That's so
That's my
sweet.
mom.
We gotta love our moms. So, all right. So you have started something from scratch as a hobby, brought it to the city market, and then extended it into a storefront and online. Tell me the biggest hurdle that you've had in all of those 11 years.
I think the biggest hurdle is it's never easy having a small business, and I'll be very honest. I volunteer my time in my business for the love of our city. I've done it for 10 years. I've taken very few paychecks. I'm fortunate where my husband has a good career and we can do that. But I strictly do it for the love of my city to help others. The stories and testimonials that come in, Cindy, I'm doing a lot of work with the burn survivors, and I've helped a lot of people with eczema. I'm helping many people with cancer with the radiation burns from their treatment. So that in itself, we can chase after all the money we want, but it's the feeling of helping others is what really makes my heart happy in this business. I have an amazing crew at my store. I was able to leave for July and they've got the store covered. I'm so blessed, but I really do it for the love of my city and helping others.
Yeah, I like that, and it shows. Your heart shows when you walk in, and I've seen other people comment, so I know I'm not the only one. You're treated as if you're the best person in the whole wide world. Like you're greeted with a joyous hello. How can we help you? What are you looking for? And that is so hard to come by most places. And I think it's super consistent in your location. That you're always greeted with a big hello. And so, and I know you personally, and you talk a lot about light and love, and I love how you brought that into your business. So kind of share that a little bit of these, because I
Yeah,
think more business owners could benefit from hearing a little bit about that.
yeah, I think from early on in my business, I just have a genuine heart and I truly care about people, and it comes easy for me. But I think every customer, and I've literally watched children grow up and go off to college, after doing this for 10, 11 years now, my customers become like friends and family to me. Many of them I've seen their children grow up, like I said, and I just become very close, and I always love to be treated with such kindness. And I guess after the pain that I've gone through, I know that we're all kind of battling our own struggles, our own self-love, and I really just try to shine my light on anyone I can. During COVID, we're like, what can we do to help others? We donated 10,000 jars of our dream cream to all the healthcare heroes in our area. So we're just always looking to do good for others, to cheer them up, to make their day. I know many people come to our store when they're having really hard days just to come in for our light.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love that. And I love the charitable actions that you do have. Tell us a little bit about your, I think did you call it like healthcare heroes or something like that, where you provided those dream things
Yeah.
to the hospitals?
Yep. So we donated to all the Rockford area hospitals. We donated to the Rockford Fire Department, Rockford Police Department, Winnebago County Sheriff. We donated to several hospitals in the Chicago area. We're getting ready to drop off a bunch to UW-Madison up in Madison, Wisconsin. So we've really given a lot of those out. We also have started our Dream Cream for a Cause on our website. So if you head over to find Dream Cream for a Cause, $5 per jar goes back to whatever nonprofit you choose. And I think we have close to 30 organizations that we're currently raising money for.
Yeah, that's awesome. I am a member of the Rockford Junior League, and I know that you've done that for us before. So that's super cool. And every little bit helps for the nonprofits, right? And
Yeah.
it's nice that you've got that great product, and yeah, getting it out into the hands of everybody is awesome. What have you noticed? Prior to COVID to now that we're coming out of COVID, has COVID restricted you at all, or has shown you something that your business needed to pivot a little bit? I mean, you're great. That was great that you were already online before COVID, but kind of share your little COVID experience, I guess, what before and the after, as we're coming out.
And I guess I'm a very spiritual girl. And at first, I had been diagnosed with a major aneurysm in my heart. Many of my customers know that I went through some major medical challenges, and then COVID hit. And I'll be honest, I kind of slipped into a little bit of depression then. You kind of felt defeated as a small business. But I'm like, what can I do? I have a product. I was deemed essential because I sold handmade soap bars. I sold dream creams. I provided a lot of dream creams to burn patients, so they needed to be able to get it during that time, and the healthcare workers. So I was able to stay open during that, and I was just like, we're going to be the light. We're going to give people hope. In my mind, COVID never existed because I didn't want to bring that. I didn't want to manifest that into my life. I'm huge with meditations, and I've started yoga and lots of breath work. I'm like, it just doesn't exist. So I'm just going to go on and pretend it's not going on and treat people with kindness, let them know that they're going to be okay. But we really, we ended up having a record year last year in the pandemic. So at one point we had lost a bunch of money. I had to lay off my workers for a little bit, but I was quickly able to bring them back. And that's when we decided, my very good friend, Rachel Kane, recommended that we start donating to the Healthcare Heroes. So she's a very special friend of mine and has a heart of gold. She donated a lot of money to kickstart it so we could start donating jars. And it was amazing. So ended up, so many business owners felt defeated during last year. And I'm like, what can I do? How can we keep going? What can we do? And it actually worked in our favor because our online sales had increased 400 or 500% last year due to COVID.
Wow, that's incredible. I love hearing that story, and it's nice that the good that you put out in the world is coming back.
Yeah, and I know it was easy for people to get down and why is this happening, but I kept telling people, just use this as a time to get close to your family, to go internal, to do the self-love work. I do that every day, and we just encourage our customers to do the same, because in times of uncertainty, all you can do is work on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's great advice. I appreciate it. And I love just being on Facebook with you, because you're always you put out all these great messages, and it's just a good reminder of surrounding yourself with good people.
Yes.
and having that positive energy around all the time, and expanding that into your business and having that as almost a core value of your business. So I can appreciate that. So 11 years, I'm sure you've had hiccups and waves just like every other business, small business, ups and downs. But what's your definition of success? What does that look like for you and your business?
I think, success, you're always going to have your ups and downs. And if one thing that I've really focused on in my life is being grateful for everything going right. At one point, I used to really hone in on the negativity and kind of that victim mindset. And within the last couple of years, I've really tried to just be grateful for everything going good, right, in the business, because you're going to run into your challenges. And looking back, a lot of those challenges have helped me grow to where I am today. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, that's such a valid point. We don't know what we're capable of until the things that happen to us, right? And then it allows us to grow and maybe dig deep, maybe that, through those challenges and see where, or stretch ourselves basically, see where we can go. I like that a lot. You said you had how many products? I try to take notes, but
I have close to 50 different products now in our
wow,
store.
that's incredible. And they're all handmade by.
Yeah, we make the majority of them in-house. Some of them we do bring in, and I always tell people if it's something we don't make, it's one of the sweetest people you'll ever met in business. Our candles come from a sweet older lady retired in Wisconsin, and I have a few soap makers that help us make the soaps. So majority of stuff is made in-house. Some of it we do bring in, but they're from lovely small business owners from all around.
I love that. So where, like, and you don't have to give out your secrets, but like, how do you come up with the different product ideas or like recipes or, changing things up to make it a little bit more unique than what you've had offered before?
Yeah, I think, like when I started, I was a single mom and I do a lot of research in the skincare industry, and I think my biggest focus is on just finding the best ingredients I can find for my customers. I take pride in that because when I go, I read every label now. I've really educated myself, especially with being out of school in the UK. They're very clean with their ingredients. And I think just picking up product labels, seeing the first ingredients as water and lots of chemicals and fillers and products. That's how I originally got started. I didn't like all the yucky products that were in our traditional soaps that you would find on the store shelves.
Right. I like that. I try to be as natural and clean, I guess, as you with my products as well. So I can appreciate that. So you're going to school. You said you went you signed up to go back to esthetician school. Um, what do you hope that education does for you and your business? Like, why go back to school after being in business for 11 years?
Yeah, so Cindy, I actually went back. I changed. I was going to go to esthetician and I decided. So I'm back in organic skincare formulation school.
Oh, awesome.
And at 43, it is a challenge. I'm not going to lie. I'm learning about all the layers of skin and many different scientific, basically chemistry stuff, skin layers. So it's rather hard at 43 years old, but I always just want to stay up with the leading trends in skincare and just continuing to broaden my knowledge base for my customers. I've been formulating now for 20 years. I feel like, oh my gosh, I've done tons of research. I know these things. And I'm like, oh, it's just the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. So with this education, you are going to offer new products or just have a better understanding or be able to educate your clients, your customers better? Is that your
I
hope?
think all of the above. Like, I just really want to have even more knowledge. Like I said, the UK is so clean with their ingredients. So I'm loving learning all the new trends in the UK. I now have a mentor in Paris who's amazing. She's been in the skincare industry for many, many years and has gotten some businesses into Harrods, which is a big department store over there. So I have an amazing support team behind me that's encouraging me with this. And I think, there may be a new brand coming at some point. I'll just give that little hint. Very, very cool name is in the works. So I'm going to expand to Bath and Body Fusion, and then there's possibly a new brand that will launch.
That's super exciting. I love it. I love to hear, that you've got goals and dreams and you're taking this, even further. You know, taking things from, a kitchen. I just love it. I love how, you started something from a hobby and now it's a big, well-known brand in Rockford and because I'm not, traveling the world, I'm sure other people around the country have heard of you. Um, but I love, that, ooh, we're getting thunder here. I love that the hobby has actually not only impacted and changed your life, but has impacted and changed other people's lives, and that you're not stopping at, you're not satisfied with where you're at, and there's something bigger, brighter, and better down the road. That excites me. You
Yeah.
said you have a mentor, you have a good support system around you. How much has that been, or it has impacted your success?
I think it's huge. Like I try to surround myself with really positive people. And the negativity I just had to shut off from. So I have a very small tribe of people that's highly motivated and motivational for me. I think that keeps me really focused. But going back to the helping people, like with our dream cream, I never in a million years thought when I created that it would start to help so many people. And as you can see from my website, it's helping with eczema, psoriasis, bug bites, sunburn, wrinkles, scars, stretch marks, burns, tattoos.
What goes on?
Our coolest story is really the burn survivors. It touches my life more than you will ever imagine. When you start to help severe burn survivors. And then, just now we were approached by a hospital to see if they could give out our samples for cancer patients. It was just amazing to experience that. I think we all think, oh, our products aren't good enough, we can't make it here, but it's so interesting. I'm up in Hayward, Wisconsin area right now, and I've literally gone into Hayward. I've run into customers. I've gone over to a local resort next door. Hey, aren't you the skincare lady? Like 3 or 4 different sets of customers. I've got people up here from Stillman Valley. I've got people from Wisconsin. So outside of the Beloit area that have run into me up here just randomly, but I've been as far as Hawaii running into customers. So that's one really cool thing is you think you're just local. You never think you're really that big or you've made it that far. People don't know about you, but it's really surprising to learn when you travel, like as far as way as 4,000 miles away, I'm running into my customers or people that live in cities that have heard about me that I've never met before.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're making a far bigger impact than you realize. So, your online store? Do you ship worldwide or just U.S. only? Or
We ship worldwide. We are shipping our dream cream to burn patients over in Australia and some different countries right now. So we are doing worldwide shipping.
that's incredible. Yeah, the Dream Cream is probably one of my favorite products that I've used of yours, and I take it on every vacation trip I go on because I love the sun. And once you get burned, you just slather that stuff on. You wake up the next day and you're not in pain, and your skin looks gorgeous. And so it's by far one of my favorites. And like you said, you listed 10, 12 different things that it helps. So, and I'm just using it for the one.
Yeah.
And I actually thought about it the last time because I forgot it when I went to Mexico. But I had this idea of taking a little picture or a selfie with the Dream Cream on every one of my vacations and sending it to you.
Yeah.
Where's the Dream Cream now?
We need to start a campaign like that. We're like, where in the world is Dream Cream? We had that idea. Shelby had suggested that at one point.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
One more quick question, and then we're actually down to the last few minutes of the show. But the buzz is now in a lot of small businesses trying to find and keep good employees. And I know, I know Shelby, and every time I've ever walked in the store, it's always been friendliness. So what is it? What is it that you do to, maybe that you can give advice to other business owners to hire the right people for your location?
Yeah, so Shelby's been with me for probably 3.5, almost 4 years now. And I try to treat my employees like she's like a daughter to me. I try to treat them like family. I try to be very good. I try to help build their skills for wherever they go in the workforce, and just treating them well. Like that's what I take pride in. I just really want to shine my light into their lives. I've basically seen her grow up. She was in her early 20s when she started with me. I'm seeing her turning into this beautiful young woman. I've got an amazing college kid that comes and works every summer and around Christmas time. And we just got Shay back, which she's known as Kim to many, but Shay just came back, and she's a light worker and an empath and an energy healer. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful team that we have. Like I said, I was blessed. I said, guys, do you mind if I take the month off? I'm actually up in Hayward staying with my grandma at her lake house where it all started.
Oh, that's
She's
so awesome.
94 years old, and her dream is to be able to stay up here for the summer because she's getting older and she just enjoys it so much. So my mom, my aunt, and I have made sure that she can spend the entire month up here. So I'm actually working remote, and my team is back running the operation while I'm spending time with my grandma.
That's awesome. I love that you have those family values and that you can trust to leave your business, in the hands of your employees. So that says a lot about you and a lot about the people that you hire. So at the end of every show, I give the opportunity for my guests to, give as much promotion as you want. Tell people about any sales or exciting things or whatever it is that you want. So I'm going to hand it over to you and let you promote away. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Cindy. So yeah, just the message I have to all of you is, as a small business, it's never easy. So just my major message is get out and support everything local that you can. I'm a huge advocate for that. Without our local businesses, they're our heartbeat of our communities. And I can guarantee that every time you go into a small business, you feel like you're making more of a bigger impact than shopping with the big box stores. Like, we're known for skincare. I love to educate people. So if you want to come in, I'd love to educate you. We make an amazing facial line. Our Dream Cream's our number one seller. My personal favorite is our Skin Effects Elixir. It is the most amazing wrinkle cream ever in my eyes. But my ladies and my husband call it liquid gold. So I actually got my hubby using it too. And if any of you have met him, he looks way younger than his age. He's going to be 50 this year. So him and I both get
You're right.
Yeah, my husband's going to be 50. So I swear the wrinkle cream has really helped him too. But just get out there and shop local. I'm going to do a code for Cindy's podcast here. I'm going to activate a 20% off entire purchase code. So just you give me about 10 minutes from when I get off. I forgot to do it before we started, but it'll be, if you use coupon code Cindy, CINDY, I'll do a 20% off discount for those of you that want to try our products. And you can do either in-store pickup or shipping. We have the shipping option online as well.
That is awesome. So generous. Woo. Take advantage of it, people. Seriously, she's got some great products. And and if you get an opportunity to visit the store, you walk in and it smells amazing and you get greeted with smiles. Another good, cool thing that you do is you gift wrap for people. And it's not just a little cutesy little bag. It's beautiful ribbons and it's bright and colorful. And yeah, you make it a really special experience for people. So, well, I have actually the little scrolly. I put your website, and then I also did the Facebook, so that if they are not following you already, they can follow you. But I certainly appreciate your time, especially away from your family and while you're on vacation, Jen. It's always a pleasure, and I know the universe works in magical ways, and we ended up sitting next to each other. And yeah, the stars aligned with our stories, and I feel like we've been good friends since. And I've enjoyed learning more about your business throughout the last couple of years, but hopefully today I learned a little bit more. So thank you so much again for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Thanks for having me, and get out and shop local, friends.
I love that advice. Yes. Thank you. And we will talk to you guys next week. Have a great day.
Thanks, Cindy.